you want to
I
let
will.
talk.
No, I will. We have to. Hi, welcome to the James and Jasmine podcast, starring Jasmine.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine.
Yes, yeah, and we're going to talk about being fat. That's today's topic.
It's a very interesting topic.
So would you describe yourself as fat?
Yes, I'm a little bit fat.
Really?
Yes,
Okay. And what do you think makes a person fat?
because the person don't want to do exercise and eat a lot of fat food.
Fat food. Okay. Now, I wouldn't say you're fat actually, because in the world, I think you're very small. Right? You're short and you're pretty thin. I mean, I wouldn't think China is a fat country.
We have a lot of fat person in
You
China
do
now.
well. You do now. You got a bunch of fat kids running around. Why do you think there's so many fat kids here now, though? There weren't before. What changed?
Because our life is much better.
Oh yeah.
We have we have money to buy the snake.
Okay. Do you
I
think
mean, the kids have money.
what kind of food are they eating to get fat?
Chocolate, McDonald's, KFC.
Now, I'm noticing a pattern here. These are all foreign imported foods, right? These aren't traditional Chinese foods.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So why are you guys eating all these American foods that make you fat?
The taste good.
Oh, okay. Can't argue with that. So, I have a question for you. What do you think of the top 10 fattest countries in the world?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because I've got a list in front of me. And this is based on percentage of the population who are obese. Now, obese means you're super fat. Or like if you've been to an airport and you see those little cars they have in the airport, and if you're super fat, maybe they'll pick you up on one of those cars and they'll drive you to your terminal.
Wow.
Obese means like you're so fat, like you can barely even move.
That's a kind of disease.
Right.
But I mean, the fat is they don't have a very good shape.
Well, that depends. What kind of shape do you like? Do you like to be a circle? Because if you think that's a good shape, then they've got a great shape.
I want to have the shape like some movie stars.
Like who?
Like a lot of Chinese stars.
What do you think is a beautiful body shape for a Chinese woman? Like tall, thin, short, fat, big ass, no ass,
Big eyes
big eyes.
and thin.
I said ass.
Huh?
Ass.
What do you mean ash?
Ass is back here. That's your ass.
No.
You said you're talking. Okay, big eyes,
Yeah,
big ass,
big eyes.
and a big ass.
No.
No.
But
Well, in some
they should
countries,
have,
that's important.
They should have a very thin waist
Okay. Yeah.
as this.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's
And
very thin.
beautiful face.
Okay. What's a beautiful face? Describe the nose.
The
Long nose, short nose, no nose, button nose.
no nose.
I mean, like no. How about a bridge? A bridge to the nose. See,
Yeah.
I've got a European nose. It's got a big bridge here. See,
Ah.
you don't really have that. My eyes are sunk into my head. Right. So if someone karate chopped me like this across the eyes, so you can't get my eyes. But if I do that to you, I can get both your eyes. You don't have the same bridge as me.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's a disadvantage.
Yes.
Or I don't know. Maybe you see a lot better than I do. I can't tell.
I didn't see your bridge nose before.
You never noticed?
Yeah, I never
Oh, I have a
noticed.
fabulous bridge on my nose. Right there. You see that?
Oh.
Yeah. And there's some strange surgeries like people in Korea will put a big piece of plastic or something in there. They'll make a bridge on their nose. I've seen it in Thailand too. It's creepy. It never really looks right. But anyways, back to fat people. So, what do you think is the fattest country in the world based on the percentage of obesity?
I don't know. I didn't check it.
Well, just take a guess. I'll tell you later. I have the answer.
China, Russian.
Wait. You think China's the fattest country in the world?
Because we have the most population here.
No, but it's percent of the population. Highest percent. Not the most, not the
Oh.
most individual fat people, because then China would win at the most fat people, the most thin people, the most tall people, the most short people, because you have so many people.
我真的不知道 I really don't
Take a guess. Which country
kind
has
of-
the
I
most,
just-
the highest percentage of fatties in
I
the
just
world?
list all the country in the world.
Okay, just throw someone out there. Look, you've met people. You've met people from all different countries.
Russian?
So now you can
US,
stereotype
France,
based on those few people that you've met. It's a reckless way to talk. It's a reckless way to think, and it's fun.
Canada, Australia, US.
Canadians are the fattest then in the world.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I just
All right.
guess.
So, okay. So, sorry, what was your second one? So Canada is the fattest, the most obese people in the world. What's number two?
Number 2, US.
U.S. is number 2. And number 3?
Austria.
Austria or Australia? Which one?
Austria. Their country.
Their country. She's pointing to some Austrians.
I have no idea.
From east to Reich.
List all the country.
All right. She's pointing.
Russia.
I'd like to point out
I like Putin, so I say Russia.
you like Putin, so you think Russians are fat.
I have no.
I don't
I
get- I
have
don't
to
follow.
put my favorite person's country in the list.
Okay.
That's
All
right.
I'd like to mention that you've pointed out 2 very thin and tall Austrians as examples of fat people. And okay, so your top countries again were Canada, USA, Austria, and Russia for the highest percentage of
And
obesity,
China.
followed by China. Okay,
Yes.
you gotta put China in.
Okay.
All right, so I'm looking at a list here on listos.com. This is the world's top 10 fattest countries based on percentage of obese people, also known as the obesity rate. Okay, number 10 is Hungary.
Hungary. Which country?
Hungary's a great name for a country that's fat. So they have an obesity rate of 18.8%. It's easy to get laughs around here. Number 9, Germany.
Germany.
Number 9. Okay, so we're looking at the top 10. So they're at 20.2% obesity rate. Interesting.
Canada.
Canada's number 8.
Wow, I got it.
Wow, and the picture for Canada, the 2 super fat little kids in McDonald's. This is child abuse. These kids look like what's the name of that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters? They don't look like humans anymore. Look at these arms.
This is a very.
They look like they were stung by bees and they're all inflamed. This is disgusting. So of course they're in McDonald's.
We call
my
it
favorite
a
restaurant.
Michelin. We call it.
They look like the Michelin Man.
Yeah.
They do. They're like 2
call
9-year-old
them
versions
Michelin.
of the Michelin Man. And that's Canada. 22% obesity rate in Canada. And number 7 is Norway.
Wow, Norway.
22.4%. Norway. I never think of Norwegians as being fat. Don't they do cross-country skiers and I don't know.
Is this report
don't think I've ever met a
can be
Norwegian.
trusted?
Well, it's on listos.com, which is on the internet, so I think it's real.
Oh, okay.
Number 6 is Slovakia with 23%.
Slovenia.
UAE is the number 5. United
UAE.
Arab Emirates at 23%.
Oh.
And number 4 is the Czech Republic at 24.2%. And number 3 is Australia, not Austria, at 24.6%.
Australia.
And then New Zealand, number
New
2.
Zealand number.
Interesting.
Number 1 is USA.
Number
I
one's the
got
USA.
2.
I can't say I'm surprised because I've been to the Houston airport and all the airport staff are 300 pounds. And
300 pounds?
I don't know where they get their uniforms made, but they barely look like people. Now, here's the thing. So I equate obese people to people who are very sick. So if we don't talk about their problem, we don't talk about helping them. It's like somebody who's very sick and there's medicine available for them, but we're not willing to tell them to go get treated. Like, I think we have an obligation to tell fat people, like, let's get help. I don't think we should be saying fat people are beautiful.
Well, this topic is good.
What do you eat every day, Jasmine?
I eat rice, pork, vegetable, and some fruit every day.
Okay.
And noodles sometimes.
So talking about life here in China, like what do they teach you in school about nutrition?
In when I was kid in primary school, we never had this kind of class for nutrition.
You didn't learn anything about it?
I didn't.
Okay, so who told you, like, what food's healthy and what food's not healthy?
Nobody tell me.
What about your mother?
My mother. This is just traditional. We just eat. Every family almost the same food.
Okay, but I mean, that tradition must come from somewhere. Like, at some point, people must have decided
Just like
these foods are healthy to eat.
I just live in the northeast of China.
Yeah,
东北人.
yes.
In the winter time, we don't have much vegetables. We just have cabbage, potatoes, reserved cabbage. I don't know.
Preserved, like pickled,
Preserved is sour.
like kimchi.
Yes, that kind of.
So
And
it's like a
also,
pickled cabbage. Is it spicy? Do they
not
add?
spicy.
Okay, just sour.
Sour.
They preserve with vinegar.
No.
Not
It's just let it become
It's like
ferment
okay. Fermented. Oh, okay.
itself.
All right, got it.
And sweet potatoes and the leek
Yeah.
and another kind of we call carrot, something like carrot we call radish.
Radish. Okay.
Radish, carrot, just this.
That all sounds
this,
good.
This kind.
Okay, how do you cook it when you eat that stuff? Are you
In
boiling it,
our,
frying it?
In our, we just cook it, put them in the water together and cook it.
Because I think people
We
like
call it dun. I don't know in English how to say. It means put water and with vegetables and cook it, boiled.
okay, you boil the food. There you
Yeah.
go. And okay, so when you were growing up, were there a lot of fat people? Was this a problem?
We don't have a lot of fat people. We don't have, in fact, in our village.
Okay. Were you guys very active? Did you play a lot of sports and were you working
No,
in the fields?
we never. The small kids they have the sport.
Okay.
Like my brother in the summertime, he just go jump in the river and swim every day. Every day.
How about you?
I can't swim. My mom don't let me go to swim.
Why not?
My mom said, "You are a girl. You can't go to swim in the public area."
Oh no, your mom's sexist. She thinks women are weak, too weak to swim.
I have no idea.
Interesting.
总之,
Okay, so what did she want you to do?
I
Just
just help her to do all the housework, all the garden work. We plant a lot of vegetables. I have a lot of work to do, besides my homework. I mean,
Oh wow.
yeah, I even don't have time. Come playing with other girls, boys. I don't have time.
So your brother is just out there swimming all day, just doing whatever he wants. You're at home.
Yeah, that time he's quite young, so
Right.
just 8,
Okay.
10.
I think they love you more than your brother. They want to invest in you. Like you're the future.
They love me.
Your
They
brother,
love
they're
younger
like,
brother more.
nah. You think that, but if you think about it carefully, it's like, this kid's dumb. Just
In
like
traditional Chinese
gonna do
idea, they
anything.
always love the boys much more than girls.
with we don't.
And
care
in the winter
about his
time, my
homework.
brother will stay the whole day, every day, stay the whole day in the ice. Just playing in the ice,
playing in the
Skating.
snow. Oh, okay.
skating.
So it's very cold there.
It's handmade some kind of skating tools, and skating every day.
He made skates
Um,
by hand.
so my father to help him.
Were they made of metal?
They just put some metal in the bottom of
Shoe?
a wood panel.
Really?
Yeah,
And then tied it to his foot.
yes, and they made something like the skating tools now.
Oh, they gave him
skating
some ski
area.
poles.
Yes,
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
very fast. My brother have very good skill for that.
I'd like to see that. That was okay. That was in your hometown in the winter.
Yes.
What did you do in the winter?
In winter time, I will help my mom cook. Sometimes I help winter time. We also have some sewing work.
Right.
Yeah, I have my mom's sewing shoes.
Oh, wow. Your childhood sucks. It's like working in a factory.
Yeah, the shoes, and we were sewing other clothes. That's it.
You're just sewing. You're sewing and cooking. Your brother's out playing all the time.
Yes.
Is this typical for Chinese women, like in villages like
typical
yours?
Chinese women should learn how to sew.
Right, but I mean, are they not allowed to go play?
Yes, some parents will stop their girls outside playing.
Okay, all right. It was different when I was growing up with my sister. I mean, she could play with the boys, and there wasn't
And
really
you are
anything different.
stay in the home and do hard working.
Yeah,
hard working.
I was sewing and baking,
You ready?
putting nail polish on my
My
mother's
mom
toes.
just wanted me
What's wrong with
to
that?
learn everything. Later, when I am married, I can do a very good job in family.
Okay.
So nobody will look down for me.
But how about your daughter now? Do you let her play, or is she at home like cooking and sewing and being your slave?
My daughter, for this generation, my daughter is princess.
Oh dear, you're raising one of those single child princesses.
Yes.
Uh-oh. How's that going for you?
I don't know. Now, in fact, until now, I don't know how to. I don't know how to teach her to do some housework.
Ooh.
Should I teach her or
Yeah,
not?
I think you should. Why not? She's going to be she's going to be a mother and a wife one day, right?
You mean I should teach her how to sew?
No, you should teach her how to hire an ai.
You are right.
Teach her how to hire a cleaning lady to do all that for her. So, like, maybe
yes.
you can recommend some people
I
to her.
will let her do some housework, like cleaning and washing dishes sometimes. Yeah.
Okay.
But most of the kids in the family now, they do nothing.
Now,
This is playing.
taking this back to being fat and nutrition,
Yes.
have you taught her how to cook?
She has interest in learning how to cook.
I think that's important, like not just for girls, but for everyone to learn how to prepare some foods.
My daughter like preparing food. In fact,
That's good.
when I cooking, he like help. She like help me.
Like
Beside me.
she
and
cuts vegetables or something like that.
She like cut vegetables, but it's dangerous for her. But I also let her cut.
Right.
I still like her cut.
Has
She
she ever
like cut the tomatoes.
right?
Something.
Has she ever cut herself? Hurt herself with a knife?
No.
That's
I just
good.
told her be carefully.
Because actually, one of the people we work with here
You mean Vincent?
is that his name?
Yeah, Vincent.
I don't learn the names of the staff, but he what was he doing? He was trying to cut fruit and he cut his little finger off. Yeah.
Yes. His parents worry about him very much.
But he's got
should
9
call
more
him
fingers.
Prince,
Wow.
not princess.
Well, I don't know. Anyways, back to cooking. Okay, so you're done.
Back to the
Fat.
topic.
Back to being fat. So, do fat people get criticized in China? If you're a fat kid, will all the other kids say, "Hey, fatty, why are you so fat? Fatty, fat, fat," that kind of thing?
Sometimes, I mean, the classmate will talk about your fat.
Right.
But in fact, the kids who is fat, they never think it's a bad thing to be fat.
Interesting. The kids don't.
The kids think I'm fat because I got a very good food, because my family is rich. Why not? You get fat because you don't have very good food.
Ah, interesting.
That's it.
They flip it on them. They're like, "You're skinny because you're poor."
Yeah, you're poor. You don't have a lot of money to buy snakes.
I never thought
I
about
know
that.
some kids become
Should eat
fat
more
because
snakes.
they eat a lot garbage
Right.
food. I mean,
Garbage food is like luxury food.
yes,
That's what everybody
chocolate,
wants.
some fried, lot of fried things.
Oh,
Yes,
I
that's
see.
it.
Interesting. Because when I was growing up, the fat kids, like, the idea was that you're fat because you're lazy, and people are generally considered to be uglier if they're overweight. So kids could be quite mean to overweight children. Like in school when I was growing up, they get picked on, and I think it was tough for them. I wasn't fat growing up. I was a skinny little kid, but I had
You're
some fat.
always skinny. I like it.
Well, yeah.
Handsome and skinny.
Thank you. During my drinking period, I put on a lot of weight, but my wife, who is a very straight shooter, told me you're really fat and I don't want to have sex with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Joking.
No, I wish I was. But the thing is, the fatness crept up on me because I'm used to being skinny. So I kind of grew up being told I was too skinny, like you're rail thin and all this. So I eat. And as I got older, my metabolism caught up with me. And eventually one day my wife just looked at me and said, you know what, you're fat. And because it happened gradually, because I can show you photos, because it happened gradually. I will.
I don't even have the reason to see your fat photos.
It happened gradually, and I got kind of skinny fat. So like I had like normal arms and legs, but my stomach was fat, and I had a fat face, like a fat head.
You have fat face?
Yeah, definitely. I did.
It can be.
It can
possible.
be. It can be. Imagine my face. Now it's fatter. You see it? Now you see it.
No, I can't imagine.
Well, there you go.
Just like you, every day only eat chicken and vegetables.
That's
How
now.
can you be fat?
I can't be now.
Never.
That's my point, because I pay a lot of attention to nutrition now.
Nutrition?
Yeah, because I used to drink Pepsi and Sprite and all this shit, and
You
I did.
drink
Yeah, I drank soft drinks, and what else, like fruit juices with loads of sugar.
Every kid's like drinking the soft drink.
Sugar's very addictive. Refined sugar is a very addictive thing. I mean, we get hooked on it when we're kids, but I don't know. I call it a poison, and people think I'm overreacting. But from my understanding of it, it's a poison. You shouldn't be putting it in your body at all. Sugar. If you want to eat something sweet, eat a piece of fruit. But I know this is something that you struggle with too.
That's sugar. Yeah.
Yes. You struggle with this as well, because you eat a lot of sugar. You put a lot of sugar in your coffee, right?
Because if no sugar, I can't drink coffee. But I really want to drink coffee.
Why don't you just drink coffee with
pure coffee?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
No. Why? You need the sweetness. You could use some. I think stevia is a sweetener that's actually good for you. It doesn't have the bad health effects that sugar does. So there's two things we have to look out for in food. Refined sugar and high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup is another sweetener. Mm-hmm. And that's what a lot of, like Pepsi, Coke, a lot of these guys are using this as a sweetener. And that one has been linked to causing obesity and a lot of problems with people's health.
So that's why I stopped my daughter drinking Pepsi, Coke, and all kinds of soft drink. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's why I try to stop her. But she not really like drink it very much. Usually in her school, in the primary school, the teachers forbid the children drinking any soft drink. Only boiled water.
Wow, I think that's pretty good, because when I was going to school as a kid, our schools were sponsored by like Pepsi or Coca-Cola. For real,
you can drink that every day free?
No, not free. But what they would do is they'd pay money to build like a new gym and new like basketball courts and hoops and a scoreboard sign and all this stuff. And because they did that, all the machines in the school, the vending machines, would be from that brand. So our school was sponsored by Pepsi, so we had Pepsi machines all over the school. And in their Pepsi machines, they were selling like chocolate bars. They were selling Pepsi. They were selling, what are their other, like 7-Up? Pepsi or Coke, I can't remember. I think it's 7-Up and things like that. So we were not encouraged like directly. It's not like the teachers were telling us, "Hey, you better drink your Pepsi today."
But you can sell it every day.
But we could buy it every day, and everyone and most of the students had like $1 or $2 in their pocket from their families to maybe buy a drink or buy some food at lunch. So that's what we had available. And also in the cafeteria at lunch at school, in the canteen, the food was garbage because it was all part of that Pepsi line of products. So we had something called like a pizza pocket. It was basically like some bread with some low quality tomato sauce and some ham in it. It was just garbage. It was all cooked in the microwave. And the other option for lunch were ice cream sandwiches, which are just chocolate and ice cream. And that's what we were eating as kids from the age of 13 till, how long did that last? Till about 16. And then I went to another school that had some better options, like had a program actually where the kids were cooking food for the other kids. They were learning how to cook, and it was really much better, and we felt better. But I remember even as a kid eating that, my stomach would hurt. You'd feel very hyper and full of energy, and then crash because we were eating so much sugar and so much crap, and that's all we had to eat. So when you say that, like, your daughter's not even allowed to drink pop, I think that's great. If I were a parent, I think that would be a really good thing. That's something I'd worry about.
Thank you. I will continue to do it.
Good parenting, Jasmine.
Yes. That's
so what does she eat for lunch at school? What's in her lunch?
They have canteen. They cook the school have some cook. They cook for them all the students.
And what's a typical
Some days
dish?
they have rice with vegetables, chicken, some noodles, 包子, all the things.
Okay.
This is very healthy food in their school.
So does she have any fat classmates, or does she have a lot of fat classmates?
No, just one or two.
Okay.
I think just one girl, a little bit fat.
Do they have nicknames? Do they call her the fat girl?
No.
They don't single them out.
No.
They're just normal students.
Yes, normal students. Not quite fat, I mean.
Right. Probably I wouldn't think they were fat.
Yes, in your eye, I think it's still normal, but a little bit fat.
Right.
And they just think she's strong.
She's strong.
Sometimes my
big
daughter
bones.
said, that my classmates, she's a girl, she can fight with boys. That's it.
That's good. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about girls fighting with boys now.
Really?
Yeah, usually they lose, but this seems to be a popular thing. So maybe she can get
Every day, my daughter's class have some interesting things happen. Every day I
like what?
ask.
Do you have any good stories?
Like yesterday, their mathematics teacher, the two naughty boys, maybe they didn't listen to the teacher very well. The teacher just let them stand, take off their chairs, and one boy just stand there, and another boy just sit on his back. And finally,
cheating.
Finally she think, oh, I realize my chair is really higher. So yeah, another boys just too nervous and spray out all his food and back home.
Cool story, bro.
Sorry, bro.
When someone tells you a story that sucks,
bro.
and it's over, then you wait for a moment, and then you say, "Cool story, bro." You can use that.
I'm not bro for you.
I can't call you bro. We're not bros.
You said my story is sex. You are not my bro.
Just as an example. So what do you think is the answer to the growing obesity problem in China?
I think the problem is all the parents, they just give their kids money.
Yeah.
They can buy everything they like, and when they have this habit to eat, they can't stop. So every day, and also they don't have regular sports.
Right. Oh yeah, I want to ask you about that because Beijing has a big pollution problem. Like today, I can't see across the street.
Yeah.
Because what's the pollution score today? It's like 360, which is ridiculous. In a normal city, it would be probably 30 or something like that.
Yes.
So today, the pollution is so bad, you can see it, and it blocks your view. 342, according to the Beijing Air Pollution Real-Time Air Quality Index. Okay, so that's crazy. So these schools, do they cancel their outdoor sports when it's really polluted?
Yes.
So,
They'll cancel.
So what do the kids do? They have to stay inside?
They stay inside. They do some handmade articles.
Right.
Yeah, like drawing or making use of paper to folding something.
Do they ever like stay in and sew shoes for Nike?
No.
No? Oh, okay. So they're not getting the exercise they need. Do you think this is something that could hurt them in terms of their health?
Yes, they will hurt them. So my daughter's sport is very good, quite good. Yesterday they have a test for their jump rope.
Skipping test?
Yeah.
How do they test them?
and just give them a rope, let them jump
Wow.
for 1 minute.
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So it's just how many times they can jump?
Yes, for 1
Okay.
minute. My
There's
daughter has the
no
highest
double
score.
dutching or crossovers, just straight jumping
yes.
rope?
Yeah.
What was your daughter's score?
166, I think.
I think I could beat that.
You cannot.
I think I could.
I will test you later.
All right.
Now we have
166?
166.
So you're proud. She's number one.
Yes.
The best skipper.
Because I can't do that.
How many could you do?
50 maybe.
This is why your daughter's generation is taking over. You got to get your jump rope game up. Got to improve your skills.
She have very good sport score. Always, yeah.
All right, so she's quite healthy. I've seen your daughter looks quite healthy, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay,
She won't be. She hate to be fat.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to turn you on to something. I want you to spread the message to your Chinese friends. McDonald's is the devil. Don't eat McDonald's. Don't eat KFC. Don't drink Coke. Don't drink Pepsi.
Okay. Stop KFC. Stop McDonald's. Stop Pepsi and Coke. That's all.
But start answering phones.
Okay.